What is going to happen in 2018? It's time to make some predictions, guys. Rory, are you excited about this? You're about to tell the future, and then it's going to happen, and then you're going to have some actual evidence that you can then go, ha!
I'm slightly apprehensive about this one. I'm nervous.
So as you can see from the picture here, yes, you would be a little bit apprehensive because you're going for it here.
I'm going.
What is your prediction for 2018?
Chelsea are going to win the Champions League in Kiev.
Okay.
It's going to happen. I truly believe it will. I know that we've got a really tough draw. I know that I'm going to get slated in the comments for this.
What makes you think, apart from that Chelsea fan optimism, what else is making you think of it?
Well, a lot of it's that. A lot of it's Chelsea fan optimism, but
all of it.
I think that Antonio Conte knows what it takes to win this. I think that, in a way, Manchester City's dominance of the Premier League is a blessing in disguise. We can focus on the Champions League. I think the club are hungry for it again. We know what it takes. It's, 5 years now since we won it, and it feels like it's the time again, and I've just got a really good feeling about this squad, and I think the way that we play, we've proved that on our day we can beat anyone, whether that's Tottenham away in their first game at Wembley, whether it's Manchester United at home. We can win big games. You know, we went away to Atletico Madrid, a brand new stadium, they were so up for it, and we dominated the game.
Yeah.
This Chelsea team on their day can beat anyone. There's flaws in the side, of course, but that's why we're struggling in the league, or struggling to keep up with City at least. But there is no reason why this team can't accrue the necessary wins.
You do realise who you got in the round of 16?
We've got Barcelona, but the key there, Sam, I know, again, of course it's really tough and they've been playing some beautiful stuff, but they're not the Barca team that haunted us a few years back. Or you, in fact. Yeah, you know, this isn't the Barca team.
Or us, yeah, I was just about to say, or us,
Never beaten us.
You know, we actually have a really good record against Barcelona, and that's another reason that I'm feeling quite confident that when the draw was done, the key from a Chelsea fan's perspective was to avoid PSG. Anything other than PSG was a win, and therefore we won.
Oh, fucking
amateur.
Hell. I can't
Go on, no, wait for you.
Anyway, no, you have to answer it on set. That's the rule, right?
Yeah.
It's not even a phone call. That's why my phone's on silent. Sorry about that.
But yeah, so...
I checked my phone because I was worried mine's on.
So we've got Barcelona. We have a very good record against Barcelona. Lionel Messi has never scored a goal against Chelsea. In our last 7 games against them in a row, we're undefeated.
Hope you're listening, Messi.
I'm sure he's a subscriber.
First subscriber, actually.
But yeah, Barcelona haven't beaten Chelsea in 7 consecutive games. We have what it takes to knock them out. If you can beat Barcelona, I think anybody watching would concede. If you can beat Barcelona, you can beat anyone. Therefore, if we knock Barca out...
You've won.
Well, we could win. Okay. The team for me to avoid is obviously City, but PSG. So I'm hoping that Real Madrid can somehow get their act together, knock PSG out, and then I think it's anybody's.
Yeah, and those things constantly happen, don't they? Especially in the Champions League.
Absolutely, yeah.
Sticking with Chelsea, your prediction?
Conte to leave at the end of the season. That's what I feel I'm going with. From an outsider looking in, I'm not as clued up as obviously Rory would be about Chelsea, but it just seems like he wants to. He just seems like he wants to call it. I wouldn't say call it a day. I say that lightly. It's just little sound bites from his press conferences. Don't fill me with confidence. He says things like, "I'm the manager. I don't deal with transfers and this and that." He just sounds stressed out. For the last 2 seasons, he's failed to get his #1 transfer targets from this year he came in and last year. That's a fact. I just think he might leave. In regards to champs, my money's on Bayern Munich, to be honest with you, and that's my predictions.
Do you think
Arsenal top 4? But
can you understand? Can you understand that?
Yeah, there's a lot of. I think everything that CJ said there is a possibility. I think Antonio Conte. Look, I support Chelsea Football Club. I would never say there's no chance of our manager leaving. That would be insane. And, you know, whatever the situation, it wouldn't have been completely unheard of for him to have left last year. I'm glad he didn't. I hope that you've got it completely wrong. I hope that he stays at Chelsea for a decade.
I'm not, because he's a really likeable Chelsea
manager.
And
he's brilliant as well. He's absolutely brilliant. He did an incredible thing last year at Chelsea, but could he leave at the end of the season? You know, I hope not. Hope not. Irrespective of what happens, I hope not.
What does your head say? Do you think... So if I ask you the question, this time next year, will Conte be the Chelsea manager? What does your head say?
Yes, but I don't know if it's my head or my heart, because I hope it's so much and I want it to be true that I have to believe. It's one of those things I just have to believe is true, because Chelsea Football Club are so reliant on him. If we get rid of him, it really is turmoil. So, you know, I hope you're wrong.
To be fair, you did get rid of Umaluma, or however you say his name, so that could be a show of face for Conte.
Yes, no, absolutely, yeah. I mean, I took that as something that was really good. There was aggression, I think, is probably what it was, between Emanalo and Conte. There was definitely a jostling for position, and the fact that the club, or however it resolved, the fact that the club sided with Conte was the first time for a long time that the club have sided with the manager over anyone else at the club. So fingers crossed, it's a sign of things to come.
My prediction for 2018 is for Wayne Rooney, that guy there. I was going to say that beautiful man, but let's be honest. To bang 20 goals. I said it at the start of the season, he's done great so far. And for him to get 20 goals when Everton have had the start of the season that they've had up until now, obviously they're in a great run now, but for him to do that is a massive, massive achievement. It shows he's still got something.
There's nothing surprising in that. Wayne Rooney's a masterful footballer.
But he's not a joke, but there's been a lot of stick going Wayne Rooney's way in the last 18 months. So for him to, that creates that fairy tale ending for him. And what I think Everton have now with Sam Allardyce that's going to suit Rooney down to the ground is that the way that they play, I see him as like this Kevin Nolan 2.0. Yeah. It's going to give him
what
years.
What are you doing? You can't compare Wayne Rooney to Kevin Nolan.
No, I'm not. Well, I
think he just did.
You can't. The reason I'm doing that is because Kevin Nolan, it got to a point where like, how is he a professional footballer? Like, he doesn't do any. And is he a forward or is he a midfielder or what is he?
He just followed Big Sam.
He hasn't got any pace, but he can finish, and he somehow is in the right place at the right time. Does that sound familiar? That's what you do with Wayne Rooney.
You can't do that to Wayne. Wayne Rooney is a fantastic player.
The point is, Allardyce plays a certain way, and there's a reason why he kept taking Kevin Nolan to every club that he went to, because it worked. And I bet Sam Allardyce sees the same things in Wayne Rooney as he does in Kevin Nolan.
I just think I can't be part of this conversation. I have to step back from this. Wayne Rooney cannot be compared on any level to Kevin Nolan. There is no overlap. In Venn diagrams, there is no grey area. They are two separate beasts. There is no grey area there.
The point I'm trying to make is tactically, I think the way that Allardyce is going to play is going to suit them.
Shoot him,
I think he's going to score a lot of goals in the second half of the season, and I wouldn't be surprised if we do a social club near the end of the year going, should Wayne Rooney be there or thereabouts?
Well, do you know what I thought your prediction was going to be? I thought your prediction was going to be Wayne Rooney goes to the World Cup.
I don't think he'd. No. I don't think he would do that.
Let that one go now.
Yeah, he probably does.
I think there's more chance of Ibrahimovic going with Sweden than there is with Rooney going for England.
I think Rooney hasn't got the ego to do that.
He should do. Like, as much as I'm saying he shouldn't go, if you're anyone that it's the World Cup, is playing for your country, you should have that.
Also, I think, can you imagine if the form continues, as I'm pretty sure it will, and if he hits the mark that you're predicting he will, if that phone call comes in from Gareth Southgate...
You think he's saying no? Never.
Exactly. Does he say no in that situation?
Does Gareth
One
Southgate
last
ring
chance at the World Cup.
Yeah, of course Southgate.
It's tough for him not to.
If he sees that.
So, you know, people like Paul Scholes, I think he got the call, didn't he?
Yeah.
Capello and decided not to, and he said since that he regrets it.
Really?
So yeah, maybe.
You don't want to look back and think, what if? So I think
somebody phones you up and says, "Do you want to go to play for your country at World Cup?"
Considering that would be his last one.
Yeah. This is definitely
100 not saying no.
Yeah,
100%.
And he obviously loves England, so yeah, maybe. Yeah. But I think that's a great season.
Could actually try scoring again.
I'm really not surprised he's playing well though. Like as much as he was stagnant at United, he just needed to move back to his boyhood. I knew it was going to be Everton because the whole way through, you know, he's kept his family in Liverpool. Could have gone China, could have gone MLS, but it would have just been uprooting them. He's gone back home. And he's now happy again. He's settled again. It's a different sort of spotlight than what it was at United. He won everything at United, and he lost that hunger a little bit. And honestly, I'm genuinely happy for him. As much as I wanted him to leave United, it was the right time. I'm happy that he's doing well at Everton.
Sam, what is your prediction?
Bold one here. I'll get your predictions out. That was the worst thing I've ever said.
I like it. That's good.
No, I think that Olivier Giroud is going to score a winner at the Emirates for a team that's not Arsenal.
Hang on a minute. So are you saying...
Yeah, it's a good prediction.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so he's on his way. You think he'll go and you think he'll come back and haunt them?
Yeah, I think he will.
Get your predictions out.
I just did. I got my prediction out and you actually agree with it.
It's a good
you enjoy it.
I think it's a good...
I don't know if I
agree.
Do you want to give us a minute?
A minute on that? I'll try. I think Giroud will hopefully have a decent World Cup with France. I think, maybe France can...
No, I mean, what minute of that game?
1 minute of that game?
Yeah.
Oh no, I can't give you the whole last
Can you predict the club? Who's he going to do it for?
Oh, I think Everton and West Ham are kind of looking like maybe likely transfer routes. And I think he would be fantastic at Everton. It's whether or not Arsenal feel like they've learned from their previous mistakes in not selling to Premier League.
To be honest, he did have the offer of Everton. He turned them down. Whether there was rumours of it being his wife or he didn't want to go, or he was holding out for Dortmund, but we'll never know. But allegedly, he had the offer. He said no, and he kind of gave a soundbite by when he said the other week how I had offers, but none of them were too appealing. So yeah, we'll never know. But
maybe it's for Dortmund in the Champions League then.
Maybe. And
last in this current form.
Well, not in the Champions League.
Maybe Europa League. Yeah.
Last couple I've got here. This is mine. So Crystal Palace to finish top half.
Who's Crystal to finish? Definitely not with you.
That was years ago. Crystal Palace to finish in the top half of the Premier League, which, starting from where Roy Hodgson took on that team, is an amazing achievement.
What a manager. I mean, him and David Moyes, I said it at the start, it's fantastic appointments, both of them.
You're trolling me.
Are you sure? And last one I've got, Liverpool to finish second.
Nah.
I think they will finish
Is that
second.
your prediction?
That's my prediction.
If you're going to say that, I'm going to say Burnley are going to get top 4. If you can say wild stuff, I'm going to say wild stuff. I'm going to say that.
I'll tell you, what about Burnley? Where will they finish?
I'm going to root them top 4 if Arsenal. I want them to get it then. I mean, at least I can put a bet, makes money, but yeah, man.
Okay. Burnley will do well to finish in the top 10.
Top 10 will be a great season, man. Sean Dyche have been on his back, but he's done a great job so far in this year. But with the players they have as well, like not one of their players is world class, not one of their players is a somebody, and they've done very, very well, man. The collective, I rate the way they play. There's not really no one's better than anyone. They'll just go out, give commitment. You have to give credit where it's due. Burnley deserve to be there. Yeah.
Okay, those are our predictions for the year of 2018. Let us know your thoughts on them. Are we right? Are we wrong? What are your predictions for 2018? Let us know in the comments. Hit the like button. What now?
He's floating.
He's floating again. Hit the like button. Hit subscribe. We'll see you soon.